how's it going, everybody? Dutchman Games here. Today we're going to show you how to layer your animations per bone. So how to make animations do different things above the waist and different things below the waist. So for example, you can run and you can shoot something at the same time, or do something at the same time. And we're going to add magic abilities to our character, which will be the main source of abilities. So let's first start off with the layer per bone. So what we're going to need is we're going to have to open up our third-person character. We're going to have to open up our skeleton of our character and also our mesh. First of all, we want an input. So in this case, we're just going to click on, let's say, left mouse button. And we can always change this later into an actual input. And then when you click on left mouse button, what happens is it says attack ? Attack yes. And first there's a do once. So attack do once. Then there's going to be a small delay of 0.5 seconds. Then it's going to go off. There we go. And then another delay of 0.5 seconds. And that makes 1 second, and then a reset. So this will be the base attack system. So basic attack, and then we'll call that magic missile, because it will be a distance-based attack. And we're going to fill all this in later, like in terms of damage and all that stuff. But for now, this is all we need. Now we're going to the animation blueprint. From here, you're going to grab the third-person character, and you're going to grab the is attack or attack ? And then you're going to make a variable. So now the attack ? works in the animation. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new state, a attack state, which is the basic attack, so the magic missile one. And you can go there from idle, and you can go there from run, and you can also go back from attack to idle and back from attack to run. And what we need is we need to get the attack equals true, so it is on, then it will go to attack. If it is off, it can go back to whatever state it was going to. And then here also true, it can go from walk run to attack. False, it can go back from attack to walk run. Now here comes the blending, right? So what we need to do is we need to grab the blend space that we have. And we need to set the speed, so get the ground speed. So this is the idle blend space, right? So where you move depending on what your speed is, or what your animation is depending on what your speed is. And then what we're going to need is a layer blend per bone. And then put that in here. And then in here, we're going to take an animation. I'm going to take, let's take mid jab. Put that in there. There we go. All right. Now we're going to click on layer blend per bone. We're going to layer setup, member, add a member. Here you want to select the bone you want to use. So you go to your main character. In this case, I'm going to select spine 2. Copy selected bone names. Paste it. And now what will happen is it will actually only move the top of the body, and the bottom of the body will stay the way it is. Also turn on mesh space rotation. There we go. So what did we do here? Just to recap. When we click on left button, it will turn on a boolean, and this boolean means that it's now in attack mode. So let's say you have other abilities. Before this, you would add branches to make sure that those abilities are not currently on. Otherwise, you get two abilities mixed together, and that's weird, right? So we don't want that. So now we're in attack mode. What happens is the event graph knows we're in attack mode because it takes the attack mode from the character, right? And it actually puts it in its own variable. And then in the locomotion state, it knows now, okay, we're going from idle to attack because we're in attack mode. And then it takes the basic plan space, it layers it per this bone above spine 2, and then that's the animation. So we can run, and we can shoot. There we go. Using our, it looks a little weird right now, but this is the animation. Running, and we can shoot our projectile. And that's how you layer bones. It's actually pretty easy. Hope that you guys now know how to do it, and you can use it in your own project. Now, we're not done yet, because we have to add our magic projectile stuff. So, what happens now? This is our first magic ability. And what we wanted to do while we're in the magic ability, so right here, we wanted to cost mana, and we want the project, the actor to spawn, right? So we need spawn actor. This actor will be the projectile. Always spawn, ignore collisions. And then also we need to say current mana, get current mana, minus 10, and then and then current mana, set current mana. So it also costs mana. And then we'll add a mana regeneration later. So now we need to transform. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the camera. Actually, yeah, the camera. And then on the camera, we're going to create a static mesh that has nothing. And this will actually be our target from where to shoot. And here is where the actor will spawn from. So we'll get the target shoot. We say get transform, get world transform. There we go. And now we just need to make the projectile. So let's make a projectile. Go to BPs, right click, blueprint class, actor. Call it BP magic missile projectile. And this is just going to be, for now, it's going to be a little sphere. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Put it in the scene root. And then around this sphere will be a box collision for the damage collision. You can also make a circle collision, but sphere collision doesn't really matter. And then it also needs a let's say we need a movement, so projectile movement, and let's put it on 2000 for now. 2000. No gravity scale. And then the sphere also needs to we need to go to collision and say overlap all dynamic. And then we can make it look cool, you know, by, I don't know, make it, do we have purple? No. Don't have purple. Maybe fire. Oh my god. I don't know what kind of material will make it, but you can give it a material. Let's make it black for now. And then That's that for now. That's fine. So we need the magic missile projectile. And now it should shoot the magic missile projectile where we're looking. It is shooting him. But the complete wrong direction. So maybe instead of putting the target shoot on the camera, let's actually just put it on the mesh. And then put it in front of the mesh so it just moves forward from the mesh. There we go. So now we're shooting a magic projectile. The only issue is it's not actually going where we're aiming. It's just going straight because it's shooting from the mesh. So you'll have to actually look at the character that you're trying to aim and then try to shoot like that, which could work, but obviously we want the character to move with the upper body to move with the camera, and for that we need a whole different blend space setup. So, but for now this works. We can always upgrade later. So now we can shoot our little magic ball into the enemies. So I've changed the ball into lake water and added a point light with 1,000 intensity and made it blue. So now, or make it a little purplish. So now it's actual like magic ball. There we go. And it's costing mana. I just didn't put in that when you have no mana left, that it won't work. So let's go to the event tick, or let's go to the event here. Let's make it bigger. Say before you do anything, run a branch and say mana, is that below or equal 0? If this is true, don't do anything. If it's false, then it's fine. And then we also need to add some, some special effects and all that stuff, but we don't have those yet. I need to download those and, get them on the project. So for now, this is fine. We just need to add a way where the magic missile will hit the wall and explode, essentially. So what we can do is we'll go to the event tick or the event graph, and we will click on the sphere, and we'll say upon component hit, and then you want to split the struct bin so you get all these values, and then we say so if it hits anything, right? So create emitter attached or add location, and then you can get the impact location. So that's the hit location. And then from here you will make a little explosion, and then you can for example change here if you hit like a character that it deals damage or whatever, but we don't have that yet, so we will just say after this we will give it a very short time and then destroy. Actually, this spawns at the location, so we could just destroy it right after. This should work with the floors. It does not. Collision's always a tricky thing here. So, okay, let's see. Maybe we just need to change this to block all, and then to custom, and then to overlap pawn, and then the rest is just block. I think simulate generate hits event is on. I think this should work now. There we go. So we have our magic ability. We can shoot, and once it hits something, it explodes. And then, you know, we'll get custom systems for this, custom particle effects and stuff. But then also let's make a sound at location. So play sound at location. The location will be the hit location, and then the sound will be the explosion, the typical explosion. Make it a higher pitch or something. And then the attenuation range, we actually have to set this to a value. So you can actually just promote this to value. At least I think. Maybe not. I was pretty sure you could do it that way. Okay, we have to actually make an attenuation. Right, so you want to go to right click, actually go to your sound map here, and then click on right click and then go to audio, sound attenuation, and say explosion. And then the attenuation will be, let's say 2500. And that will be the range in which the explosion can be heard. And now we're going to do something else. We're going to edit this particle effect. So duplicate the explosion particle effect and call it magical blast. I'm sorry we're doing so many things at once, but you know, I feel like the more info the better for this. So what you want to do is you want to take the actual thing, right? The new one, the magic blast. Go to color over life, and then just keep opening this until you find these two colors, and turn this one to bluish, and turn this one to maybe light blue. And then the sparks can be the color over life on the sparks can also be like pink or whatever, or like some magic idea. And then we also have a shockwave with color over life, which we also turn into a different color on all sides. You can play with this the way you want. And then we go to the magic projectile, and then we select magical blast. And here we go. Now we have our own custom magical blast, kind of. And then once we don't have any mana anymore, we can't cast it anymore. So that will be our basic attack for our game. Yeah, we'll see what we do with the aiming thing. Maybe maybe this could actually be the way to play the game. I don't know. Maybe there's like auto aim in the future. We'll figure it out as we go along, as I like to do with these kind of things. But we have a working system here. There's one thing that I do want to add, and that is, let's just move all this away. And then after you spawn the thing, let's also make a sound 2D of you actually, you know, shooting, like spawning the magic. So let's just take laser push. I have actually no idea what kind of sound this is. Probably from VR. Yeah, so we'll have to change that later. But now we have a sound that actually runs. So we have a character that runs, that can play, we can shoot, we can we can walk and shoot. This is pretty cool. Now we just need our a real quick magic regeneration system, which is super easy to do. So go to event tick. This will be all of our regeneration stuff, and the debuffs and buffs will work through this. So add a variable, say mana regen. We won't have health regen, and I'm still on the fence about that, but let's not have health regen. So For this, what we do is we have a sequence because there's going to be multiple things. And then right here we have the health regen one. Do once. We say current mana. Set current mana to plus, and then it is current mana plus mana regen, which is whatever we want per second. So let's make it 2 because there's going to be a second delay. Branch. Before this, my bad. Before this, a branch that says is current mana equal or more than max mana? If that is the case, nothing happens. If this is not the case, mana regen, right? So this happens, then there's a delay of 1 second, and then a reset. And this will be mana regeneration per second. So now we have our mana regeneration per second set up, which is now 2. And it should not go past or above or more than max mana. And let's test it out, of course. So we'll have it right here. We see our mana increasing. It should increase at least. Oh wait, so the do once. Current mana is more or equal than max mana. If that is true, do nothing. If it's false, set current mana plus. Why is it not working? It's not working. Maybe it has to be untrue. Maybe I'm just losing it here. Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. No. That's odd. Pretty sure this is right. Oh, wait. The true also has to go into reset. Otherwise, it won't reset and nothing will happen. Because the do once has to be reset. There we go. Okay. So now it is replenishing mana. And as we have full mana, it will not replenish any longer. Because right now we should have 110 mana, 114, 16, 18 mana. So now, but still 10 goes off. There you go. Mana regeneration. Super simple system here. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this. Pretty thorough episode, I would say. I hope you guys learned something, and we are getting closer to having an actual RPG. In the next episode, we're going to add the other abilities. So think about heal, think about maybe an AoE attack with more animations, and think about maybe just a stronger ability. And then we're going to lock them behind levels. So, we can say, okay, you can use this ability if you're level 5, you can use this ability if you're level 10. And then we are also going to add NPCs and enemies to fight. And once we have enemies to fight, we can, set our begin system here where you have to escape this dungeon and then go to the main castle and fight enemies, and it's going to be rad. It's going to be cool. So hope you guys enjoyed this series so far, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking about it. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers.